I've been walking around for the last few months trying to take interesting photos, and I've been having some problems where I didn't think that they were really hitting the spot for me, and they just weren't giving me that zhuzh. And I was thinking about it, and I came across some stuff that I thought answered the question for me and kind of gave me some clarity, and so I wanted to tell you. So let's talk about it. I have some thoughts. Well, hello. If you're new here, my name's Morty, and I am strictly an amateur photographer. I have a full-time job, I've got a family, and I just like taking pictures. That was a weird pause. That we're just going to keep going because we're going to keep going. I don't want this to be my full-time job. Photography is my hobby. I like talking about it. I like experimenting and doing new things. I like giving myself challenges. I like trying to figure out solutions to problems that I'm causing myself. And then I like talking about it. And I like finding out if other people are going through the same issues. And then inevitably what ends up happening is we have a fun conversation. And I think that's really what this whole thing is all about, in my opinion, with photography, is just connecting with everyone and being able to enjoy the art of photography, and it not necessarily have to be about monetizing it and turning it into a career. I just want to have fun, and I want to talk about my experience doing it. So if you're into that, buckle up. We're going to be talking about some photo things happened today. That wasn't entirely a clear sentence, but today's topic is going to be looking in the wrong places for photos and then being inspired by things that you weren't looking for and then shifting your perspective entirely to figuring out what you were actually looking for. That is a lot of word soup. Let's talk about it. These last couple of weeks, I was looking for a lot of the standard types of shots for street photography. I was looking for hard light, contrasting, my notes, hard light, contrasting colors, dramatic looking people, decisive moments, layers, and repetition. I had to write those things down that are pretty basic that everyone looks for. But the standard run-of-the-mill things that as you're walking around you look for, your eyes constantly being pulled to it. I was looking for those things, and for some reason I was really struggling, and I just was not feeling anything that I was finding with these things front of mind. I would see a pocket of light that I thought was interesting. I would wait for a moment for someone to pass. I would take a picture, and I found that there were just a lot of moments that felt like there was something like really missing from it. And I wasn't really capturing, I think, the soul of what I was trying to photograph and feel. And inevitably when I got home and I was looking at them, I just never really felt connected to a lot of those pictures. I'd go through them, try to edit them a little bit and put a little life into them, a little zhuzh or whatever. They just never hit right. Nothing just felt what I was trying to capture in that moment, the emotion of the moment. And then I noticed in a few of the pictures things that started really grabbing me. And I wanted to tell you about those. Those are the turning point in this few-week experiment that I've been doing. So what I started noticing is people's expressions, the tiny little moments and emotions that I was capturing. I like to say that I was stealing moments, which is, I think, a very common thing most photographers would say, but I like to think that it's mine when I say it for myself. And so I like to walk down the street and look for little moments that people are having, whether it's them on the phone or someone conversing with someone else. Wow, look at me, fancy pants, conversing. it could be anything, a strange phone call, a argument with someone, or just the stress of the day. I started getting closer to people and looking for the genuine emotions that they were experiencing and trying to capture that and trying to really steal that moment in time and capture what was going on. I realized I cared way more about the story that was being told, in the mood and in the emotion that the people were portraying, than strictly the interesting lines or the shapes, the repeating patterns, the interesting colors. Those things all felt very intentional, deliberate, and there are a lot of photographers out there that can make those things really shine. And they can do a really good job at emphasizing those things. I didn't feel like I was really getting a lot of success with that these past couple of weeks. I started resonating more with the emotions that I was able to capture from people. And I think that being able to harness that and being able to look back at those pictures after the fact and seeing the raw grit, the feel, the determination of the days that people were having really bolstered up my confidence and my curiosity as we went. Because, you know, some days you have good days and some days you have bad days. And when you can look at a photo that you took and you can see just the gamut of emotions in the photo itself, you can see the person you're taking the photograph of, how they look rushed or pressured. And then you see someone in the background who's just lazily sitting there, walking to go to the coffee shop. Whatever it is, there's just always such contrasting emotion. And it's just so interesting. It tells a really evocative story, which I think is what I was struggling with when it came to the making compositions with shadows and light and contrasting colors and shape. And I think that really is what this whole thing really comes down to. Is lately I've been wanting to tell stories. I am not strictly interested in just making beautiful images. I want to tell a story. I want to show the struggle that the random person I'm taking a picture of has been going through that whole day. I want to steal those little moments. I feel like they're like, I'm of a particular generation where we played a lot of Pokemon. So for me, it feels like you gotta catch them all. You gotta find all the emotions. You see something wild out there, you gotta just go and get it. And you have like a little collections. Wow, I sound like a serial killer. It is a little bit like that. I am stealing moments, I am capturing them, I am saving them for later, and I have an entire portfolio of pictures that may not be phenomenal street art or compositional masterpieces, but they are my special little moments that I captured for myself and I saved, and they're moments that are going to be forever gone. Wow, this is not, I'm not trying to be like all emotional about it. I'm just like, or sentimental or anything. It's just, it's cool. Just strictly, it's cool to capture those moments, to be able to look back at them and wonder what's going on in those people's lives. So after looking through some of my photos and analyzing and retrospecting, introspection, after I've given some introspection into my retrospect, I don't know what some of those words mean. After giving some introspection into the photos I took over the last little while, I don't think that I became a better photographer. I think I just started paying attention to new things. I definitely still like to pay attention to the normal things like shadows and repetitive patterns, fun shapes, pockets of light. But this whole interaction with myself and my photography left me with a lot more things to be able to take a look at and pay attention to when I go out and shoot. And I think really that's what a lot of this is about, is finding that thing that grounds you in the moment to go and connect you with the photography that you're taking. If there's a lot of photographers that give themselves challenges for, like, go out and shoot the color red, go out and shoot triangles, whatever it is. And I think that that really comes down to the same thing here, which is learning to pay attention to different things. And I think that this past week or two, whenever it was, that really changed my focus onto the small details, the special moments, stealing those little moments to keep in my little catalog for me that I think really add value to my collection, which is fun. I was wondering, that's a weird way to transition into this. What are the things that you look for when you're going to take pictures? Is there something specific that really gets you excited, that when you go out you're looking for something specific? Or is there something that's like a tried and true? Or are you on the binge about something? Are you really excited about a different type of photography, using a focal length, using a compositional technique? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to have a conversation with y'all. I like the conversations that y'all have with each other, and I'm just really curious to see what people think, and gives me ideas to take better pictures for myself and have fun. That's really what it's all about at the end of the day, is everyone just having a good time and doing what we love, which is photography. So let's keep it going.